Let's bring in CTV public safety analyst Chris Lewis. Chris, when you look at these photos and these videos, you obviously are, you're cheering for the guys that kind of saved the day. But at the end of the day, it's also a very dangerous tactic for any store employer to do. What is your take on what unfolded here?
Yeah, without a doubt, Jamie, it's a scary situation all around. But once the bad guys leave and flee, then chasing them and dragging them back and then beating them isn't necessarily the right thing to do. I mean, I get the heat of the moment. I get that store owners, employees are sick of this sort of stuff happening, and something has to stop. But it's dangerous to take your life into your own hands by acting that way. And secondly, beating someone that was trying to escape could get you in trouble too. If that guy fell and was seriously injured or died, they could be in trouble. But having said that, thankfully, nobody was badly hurt.
Yeah, and it's just not worth it to put your life in danger for a $50, $100 pair of shoes, a $40 bottle of vodka, whatever it is. But what's really concerning is that we continue to see firearms in the hands of very young people, 15-year-old with a loaded firearm. And we're just coming off of a press conference with police trying to crack down on firearms in the city. Talk a little bit about your concerns when you continue to hear about so many young people involved in these violent crimes that are involving guns.
For sure. This is a serious, serious issue. And we've talked about it and some of the resulting violence way too many times. I just can't comprehend 15-year-olds carrying guns with extended mags and on and on. When I was 15 years old, I hunted with my dad, and the only thing I thought about otherwise was football, girls, and dirt bikes, let alone going into stores with guns and maybe taking a life in the process. But, there's two issues here. One is the flow of guns into this country, which never ends. It's nonstop. Guns coming from the U.S. That's the threat to public and officer safety. And secondly, how do you get kids steered away from this violent lifestyle? Are they disenfranchised? Are they, what's their situation at home? How are they raised? But trying to get them away from this lifestyle rather than get an education and get a job and have a life is just beyond me. And I don't know the answer to it all.
And lastly, Chris, this teenager apparently was also charged with a failure to comply with the release order. And the reality is, there's so many young people out there, they're just not afraid of our justice system. Many of them think it's a joke. It's a catch and release system. They know that they're going to get arrested, charged, and they'll be out the door maybe that afternoon or the next day. Does this just continue to reinforce that we need to take another look at our gun laws and how this is being enforced?
Well, gun laws in the kind of the veracity of the court system are really important. The gun laws really they're in place. I don't know what else we can do with gun laws, Jamie. They just you can put gun laws in place all you want. They're still going to commit murders and they're going to do robberies and they're not afraid of the consequences. So, but can you lock up every 15-year-old that commits a crime? So it has to be done on kind of a scale where they really assess the potential for future crimes and violent crimes and threat to the community, knowing that they can't lock everybody up. They have to keep the worst behind bars. So that still needs a ton of work federally and provincially.
CTV public safety analyst Chris Lewis, always appreciate your time. Thank you.
You too, Jamie. Take care.